This is huge for the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics just finished up their fourth Summer League game against the Los Angeles Lakers, and we had a couple of great performances from a few guys that have been around for a while and some of those brand new rookies. So we're going to go into a couple of things on that, and we will also get into this news on Charles Bassey, who did not see the floor tonight. So what does that mean for the Boston Celtics and Charles Bassey looking forward? Well, we're going to get into some of those conversations in a little bit. I am Patrick Billings, and welcome back to another video here on Celtics Digest. And if you guys are a part of the percentage of people that watch our videos and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm loving all the comments that you guys are dropping down. I love the engagement, and anything that you guys love to say, talk about, you let us know in the comments, and we love to see it all. So please go ahead and comment as well. And if you don't know already, Bruce and I go live every single Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. If anything changes, you'll see it right before the stream is going to start. The time is set right there for you. And come and hang out with Bruce and I and ask us any questions you want on any Celtics news. We'll give it to you right then and there. But with that being said, guys, let's get right into the video. So the Boston Celtics took on the Bronny James Lakers in tonight's matchup in their fourth game in the Summer League. Sadly, they will not be eligible for the playoff bracket, as only 4 teams make it, and there's 5 that are undefeated. And the Boston Celtics ended up being 3-1, but we get one more game, a little bit of a consolation game, so we'll see when that is, looking like a Saturday night game. But let's get into the scores, the box scores, who played well, who didn't play well, and we will go right into the final score, as it was 87-78. The Boston Celtics playing some pretty good defense. If you could see there on the second quarter, they held the Lakers to only 9 points, which is pretty damn impressive, and it definitely can show just off the base level of how hard they were playing today. There was a lot of great ball movement, a lot of defensive hustling, a lot of steals, a lot of blocks. They were really fighting for their spot. Like, this is one of the last games that they were going to play to prove a point and get their contracts, and I love every single bit of it. They even went on a 16-0 run on the offensive end, so a lot of good things came from this game. You would think that they would have scored a little bit more, but, I mean, defense wins games as well. And if we look here at the box score, as the leading scorer was none other than the third-year Summer League vet, Jordan Walsh. Jordan Walsh finished with 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist, but he ended up with 2 steals, as the Celtics had 13 steals this game, as we saw Kenneth Lofton even getting 3 steals, Jalen Bridges with 2 steals, Miles Norris with 2 steals, Shoga with 2 steals. I mean, they were just picking pockets left, right, and center. But Jordan Walsh had a great game. He definitely shot the ball a lot better today, shooting 6 for 11, getting those 6 rebounds as well, but shooting a lot better from the three-point line, showing that he's gaining a lot of confidence. I think that he knows that he is that veteran guy in the Summer League, only being his 3rd year, but he's still in his early 20s, so it's funny to even call him a veteran, but that's what it is. He has some of that experience, but shooting 6 for 11, love how he's been playing, and he's definitely proving that he should be in the rotation, getting some good minutes coming off of the bench for the Celtics this coming season. I think that he's showing it on all levels, that he's able to make his threes, which definitely has been a little bit of an issue, even though he's coming in at the end of the games, just kind of getting those garbage time minutes. So you're kind of sitting on the bench for the whole game and you're expected to come in and hit some shots. I mean, sometimes it's a little bit harder when you're doing that, sitting on the bench for so long, but I think that his confidence coming from Summer League is going to be a big push going into next training camp. And again, I think that his defense is going to keep on rising and rising. He has some good length with his arms, and I think that the shooting is going to help him a lot. But one thing that I've been watching a lot from him that has been impressing me is his aggressiveness. For him to go downhill, we saw him get a steal, leak out, get the windmill. I mean, he's doing a lot of good things. He's being aggressive, and like I keep saying with a lot of these young guys, that's how they're going to get their minutes. And I love seeing it from a guy from Jordan Walsh, that he's not just doing too much on the offensive end, trying to prove a point that he could shoot the ball, but he's proving a point that he could guard anybody on the court as well. And I think that it's really showing well with Brad Stevens and Joe Mazzulla looking into this next season. And again, another player that I'm going to talk about is the rookie, Ugo Gonzalez. Ugo has been playing some pretty good basketball for somebody that we didn't really know much about coming into this season. He was kind of one of those guys when you drafted him, we were like, who the hell is this guy? And I definitely did the same thing. But when we looked at the pre-2025 draft, after the 24 draft, he was looked to be a top 5 guy. He slides to the Celtics, and now here he is, instead of the Celtics, who were kind of looking to build for a center. Here they come getting this playmaking forward. This guy wasn't getting too much burn over at Real Madrid, but he has truly impressed me as a player because he is so smooth. His playmaking, the way that he sets up the whole offense, he just feels like a seasoned pro. And you could tell because of how much he spent at Real Madrid around those veteran guys. But today, of course, he only had the 2 assists, but sometimes that doesn't really show it on the stat sheet. He was really setting his guys up, seeing Kenneth Lofton getting down low and getting the mismatch on Dalton Connect, sending Kendall Brown through to the other side to just give him that one-on-one down low and let the big man work. And I love the little things like that. And just hearing him in the interview, he just sounds like this professional guy. He's got a good quick step. He's got a lot of these good facets of the game. Shot the ball definitely a little bit better today from the 3-point side of things. That's definitely one thing that I want to see him grow at. And I think he'll kind of find some of his shots when the season comes rolling around. I think he's more of a downhill guy, catch and shoot type of guy. I don't see him taking too many off the dribble threes. But again, I think that he's going to fit great with this team looking forward. We got one more game to look ahead at, to watch him play and see what he's going to do and see his playmaking. But if you've missed it, you got to go and watch them. You got to go and watch these guys because the Summer League has definitely been worth watching, to knowing, like, excuse me, but just knowing how next season is going to end up with all these wild cards. I think that it's worth watching to see these guys and what they bring to the table, so you guys can give us your opinions on what these guys have been doing for yourselves and what you think of them as well. But I think one guy that really hasn't been impressing me too much, and it's kind of sad to say because I backed him up time and time again, it's Baylor Shireman. And I think the one thing is just his shot selection, because today his shot selection was not very good. If we look at here on the on the box score, only had 9 points, but he did other things knowing that he wasn't shooting the ball well. 2 for 11 from 3, 2 for 14 from the field, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, but 5 rebounds and 6 assists with the steal. And I think that it shows that he knows that he has the confidence to shoot the ball, because shooters shoot, but he's doing things on the other side of the floor and as a facilitator to help this team try and win. But he also wants to get his shot kind of going, and I think that something that can usually help a shooter to kind of get into a flow is getting to the basket, getting to, draw some hard fouls, and just kind of get your flow that way from the from the free throw line and from the cup, getting down into the paint, and just being more of an aggressive player. And he definitely is that aggressive player on defense, but on the offensive end, I think he's still trying to figure some things out and trying to figure out his role and what would be best for the team. Maybe he's just working on a lot of his weaknesses this offseason so that he could kind of bring all this into his game and get his game level, and knowing that there's a lot of opportunity next season that he's going to have to do a lot more things as well. And we'll just touch on 2 more guys as well, one of them being a two-way guy, Miles Norris, and a possible G League guy, two-way guy, and Kenneth Lofton, as they both score in the double digits. Lofton with those 3 steals, Norris with 2, grabbing a ton of rebounds from the both of them, shooting a lot better from the field today. I think Miles Norris can turn into a very solid player whenever he comes up to the main team in Boston, and then Kenneth Lofton as well. He could be no joke. He's scored 40-plus points in an NBA game before. I love his playmaking. I love the way that he can bring up the ball and be confident in his ball handling as a facilitator. I think sometimes he could just be a little bit too late on his passes. He has the right idea, but he's just a tad too late, and I think that just comes with learning. He is still young. Miles Norris, he's got the size to be a defensive menace, can guard at pretty much all 5 positions. I think he's listed a lot shorter than he is because he's towering over a lot of guys on the court, and I think that he could bring something interesting into the Boston Celtics next year as well. But like I said, guys, tonight's game, definitely a little bit spread out on the scoring sheet, but the defense was incredible. There was a lot of energy going on the court, and definitely love to see it, and I think they're going to bring that energy even more next game with that one last consolation game, whatever that may be, maybe a Friday, Saturday, but we'll have to go and see when it is. But guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys have been enjoying Summer League like I am, learning about a lot of these guys, and drop your comments down below and let me know what you think of these guys. What do you think with one game left, what we're going to see, and what type of moves the Boston Celtics are going to make? Because a decision has to be made for Charles Bassey. Clearly, they have some confidence in him. They didn't play him tonight. Is that a sign that he's going to be on this roster somehow? Are they going to make the movement with that 15 roster spot? He can't be a two-way guy. So he has to be signed to this main roster. And hopefully the Celtics can make some moves, because I think he's truly deserved it in every bit of the way, being that Summer League MVP this year for the Boston Celtics. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And let's go Boston Celtics. Peace out, guys.